Dan, here we are in the man cave at 20 to 4 in the afternoon, later than usual. Too late for me this, because less than 2 hours, the fun's over, because my wife's home. I was going to do a video. A fellow YouTuber, Luke Gaynor, had commented on my loft room display about the gun spotting scopes, or the gun scopes, the gun optics that I've got in a case and one on display next to it. And he wondered what they were, because he has one the same. And I did promise him that I would do the video. So sorry, Luke, I'm not doing it today, simply because I went upstairs to do that video now, like half an hour ago, and I realised the attic windows are absolutely, they've been beasted by the weather. They're covered in filth. My windows need cleaning upstairs, and I'm not doing that at this time of day now. It is me who does the attic ones anyway. So I could have possibly done it in here, just looking up the garden, but what I want to get a shot from the distance, if you like, looking into the distance, and I think it would be better up there and brighter. That's my plan. So I'm gonna have to wash the windows before I do that video. Poor excuse, but sorry, Luke, I will get round to it. My wife said to me, don't be going in that man cave. And if you are going in that man cave, don't be drinking any light refreshments, because you've been ill, which I have been ill. I had flu. I was off work a couple of days. It was bad. You know, these things happen. You know, it's one of those things in life. And I said, no, I won't have any light refreshments this Saturday. I'll behave. And then I remembered, for those of you who are medically trained, as I know there's a couple of years who watch my channel, didn't the doctors used to recommend a certain Irish stout to people if they were feeling bad? So, certain Irish stout, let's have a go. Very nice it is indeed too. Right, so in the lack of doing optics, I'm going to do some more optics. German Dienstglas binoculars, Dienstglas binoculars, Dienstglas, service glass, and these are the 6x30. Now I've got another 2 pairs, so this isn't the complete collection. It says just bought these 2 here, the front 2, and the other ones are the oldest pair I've got. I also have a pair of Swedish ones. They're exactly the same. Polish post-war ones, exactly the same, and Polish post-war West German ones, which are exactly the same. So I will probably do a video one day of the full collection of 6x30 squad binoculars, probably worn by an NCO. If you want to get into collecting German military binoculars, I've done this before. I know absolutely bugger all about Kriegsmarine Navy binoculars, and they command a price of their own. They're in a collecting area of their own, and I'm fairly confident with 6x30. Is it the 7x50s? I've got a pair of those, a 10x50. The little next size up, yeah, there's a few of those I've got my head around, but the 6x30s is the area that, again, I'm not an expert, and I feel confident buying them. You don't have to spend a lot of money. The most expensive pair I bought was about £120. They're the ones in the house. These ones here, which I've just done some work on, they cost me £110, £105 about 10 years ago. So they'd probably be a little bit more now. The cheapest pair in the house, and they were 30 quid, 28 quid, which they needed cleaning internally, but they've turned out to be not a bad pair. So what I'll do, we'll just have a little look. First I'll put these to one side. These are the ones I've just bought. What are you looking for in a pair of 6x30 squad binoculars? So these are DZL, and that is OG. I mean, I've just had a quick look, so I'm going to start labelling some of my collection up, because I don't know what I'm looking at half the time. So DZL, and you can see there's a blue dot. Now the blue dot is a set of codes, and I don't have the info to hand at the minute, but a blue dot, a blue circle, would mean that it might have been temperature proof down to -30 in 1943. If it's got a triangle as well, it means in 1944 they put some other grease in. It's lubricating grease. It's a record of it being done to a certain certain temperature, a certain type of grease, and you'd have to look on the menu formula online, or there might have been something like a notebook at the army servicing centres when they looked after these things or serviced them. Oh yeah, this one's already been done, or it needs doing, that sort of carry on. So Dienstglas, that means service glass, magnification 6, and your field of view is 30. So that's the measurement of the open ends, the large ends. I'm sure it is. Yeah, it is the objective lens. 29713, the serial number, and H6400. That means that these binoculars will have a ranging graticule in the right hand side. They come with a rain shield made of Bakelite. This is the work I've just done. One of the little leather thongs was away. It's been away since I bought them, and I had this stashed in the drawer and actually misplaced it. I just found it the other day and I thought, I'm going to glue that back on there, because otherwise if I drill the original rivets out, I'm not doing that. So I'll just leave that on there like that. There is also a button flap, and I should have probably got one of my books down, but basically the German soldier would have these around his neck like so, the button flap attached to his tunic, so no water can get in from the top. They're not going to bounce around all over. That's how they used to wear them. I should have got one of my books down. You know me, unprepared as always. They did come in a Bakelite case, or sometimes I believe a leather case. They're often not with them, and especially for the Bakelite one, I have read on forums that the Germans just threw them away because it's too bulky. You've got enough equipment to carry. You just have that around your neck with your button flap on. So the cheaper pair that I bought for 30 quid were, the lenses were misted up. They didn't have a rain shield, didn't have a button flap, didn't have a strap, I don't think. I've got a lot of spares for binoculars. So if there'd been, so I'm trying to sort of guide you on price here. If they had been okay to use, 50, 60 quid, maybe 70 quid, rain shield, another 20, nose flap, button flap, sorry, another 20, 30, and your Bakelite case, your 120 binocular 130 turning into 170, 180, that bumps the price up. But for £200, you could get a decent pair of German binoculars from World War II. If they are sand coloured, doesn't mean Africa Corps, it means ordnance. It's an ordnance tan colour. So that's probably, arguably, my best pair. The other pair I've got the rain shield rubber, and I don't have a button flap. So they're probably the best that it's gonna get. So I'll put them on one side. Next up is this pair. Now these, I think these came with this strap, and they are DDX. I think they're Voigtlander. They're Voigtlander, and these are OG, the other way around. I can't remember. DDX is Voigtlander, I think. Yeah, it is Voigtlander. Now somebody has scratched out the info on here post-war. They've done quite a good job of scratching it out, or a bad job really. You can see the 6x30, but they've really gouged into the brass, and that should have as well a reticule, ranging graticule in the right eye. Just got to look through them. Yeah, it's quite nice and clear. These have got a bit of fluff where someone's cleaned them with a black cloth inside, but I'm not going to take them apart. They're perfectly collimated, perfectly usable, and the patina on them is really somewhat special. They've got a real nice look to them, and I'm very impressed with them. And I think they were about 50 quid. Like, so they're just eBay. I just kept looking. I just like that you can see here on the leather where they've been held. They've had a lot of use, those. So if you, sorry, I did forget to mention the DDX code. It's a code simply because after, I think 1939, the binocular makers and certain aspects of German industry started using codes so that if any of the equipment was captured, they wouldn't know where it was coming from. So this last pair, which cost me 40 quid, are Hensoldt or Wetzlar, no code, because these are pre-war. You see again, Dienstglas, 6x30 code H6400. I didn't think these had a ranging graticule in. I've just looked and had a fiddle with the old magnification, and I found it. It was there, just very faint at the bottom. Obviously, the leatherette's had some damage here, and whether someone's tried to repair it or it's just come off. I had in my mind, I was thinking maybe I could do something with that and repair them, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them as they are. They are a bit dirty inside. I did have a little go at trying to get into them because I have done that successfully with a pair of German binoculars before. But if we look on that one there, the screw has snapped in half along the screw line, and the other one here, I haven't really got high-end precision binoculars, screwdrivers, and it was just starting to turn the screw. And looking at the other ones, they don't look like they've ever been out of there. So I've decided to leave them, and the other reason I did was because I noticed when I got them that they have Waffen marks here, so military acceptance eagles. You see them? Stamped on there, and I've never seen that before. I've been on some of the forums, and I found one that was saying, and it just said binoculars complete with the Waffen marks. But I've never seen that before. Anyone got any ideas about that? Because when I was cleaning the inner eyepieces, I found that as well. You can see the Waffen marks are in there as well, quite clearly. WA. It says WA 414. But when I looked that up, that ties in with the Hensel Wetzlar company, that code mark, WA 41. I think it's 414. I probably should have a quick look with my glasses while we're doing the video. Let's have a look. 2 seconds. Yeah, WA 414, I think. So yeah, that's what these are. I've never seen Waffen marks on binoculars, so I'm not an expert. Just an amateur who has a fascination with binoculars, and I do really like 6x30 German binoculars. The British World War II binoculars are not as well made, in my opinion, as the squad binoculars you've got here. They're just not. They're harder to muck around with, but they've got a place in my collection. Do I think Krieger's marine binoculars are worth the extra money? Yeah, I probably wouldn't mind one, but it is nice to be able to just, a couple of £100. It's not a lot of money nowadays. It is nice to be able to get something for under sometimes £100 that's a real piece of World War II history, a real piece of German World War II history, that you can slip in your pocket and you're going out for a bit of a walk with your wife or your family or whatever you're doing, a hike, and you can use them to see what's going on. They are not as good as modern optics, simply to their age. Even the good ones, there's a little bit of discolourment in the lenses and whatnot. I've got a pair of pre-war 1936's Ice Sport 2 civilian binoculars upstairs that I professionally restored, which they cost me £40, and I paid £60-70 to get them professionally restored, and they're all right. They're still not 100%. They're old technology. So if you're wanting really clear optics, maybe stay away from vintage binoculars. That misses the point for me. I really do like vintage, antique and military binoculars, and those are the German 6x30 Dienstglas binoculars, the latest 2 in my collection, which means now I've got five 6x30s and a 7x50 pair, or is it 10x50? I can't remember, but they're upstairs. So that's enough of Stan this afternoon. I'm going to go back to my certain stout, which I'm not really a fan of, to be honest. Yeah, not really. I'll tell you what, I'll drink these 4 cans and I'll let you know how I get on. And this is Stan, and I will see you.